Light tanks, as strong as they are weak, as lethal as they are harmless, the only thing that decides is the person inside them. As a lot of you know, light tanks is very difficult to teach. It's not something that you can train in a training room. You can teach little lessons and you can give little tips, but the intuition and the thought processes that go into playing a light tank is what you have to learn, and what gives them is experience, or watching other people's gameplay and gaining from their experience. This is another carry, this time around the MT25 again, and I've made a few mistakes in this game, so look out for them. I do say when I made them, but overall it was a good game and a good carry. Don't forget to watch out for my giveaway on Twitch this Thursday, 180 days premium account up for grabs. It's Thursday from 6 till 9:30 GMT PM. The only other thing to mention is What Uni NA is now open. We are now accepting NA players to our ranks. I believe we've got about 50 members in 2 days. Once it gets to 100, we will be closing applications and consolidating the clan, and then reopening once everything's settled. Cheers. So here we are, we're on Runeberg. I'm in a platoon with Kelder Silk and Dead Edge, and this is actually a video from my live stream. And I wanted to show you this video because it's an ace tanker game and it's a light tank carry. However, there are some mistakes I made that I wanted to show you as a learning experience, and also there's some good things that I did. Well, I started this game off quite standard, you know. I'm with a Comet and a IS-2 in my platoon. The IS-2 goes to city, the Comet comes with me. I want to get a little spot here, make the old the shot on that T-37 there, and it's good. Now I don't know if you noticed, but my gun just kind of zoomed down on him once I pressed auto aim. I found that if you auto aim on targets that are just below your gun depression, sometimes it just goes to it anyway. So a little tip there for you guys. Okay, so here I am, got some bushes here and I'm spotting through, but this is where I make my first mistake in a minute. You know, I'm just in this position here, which is quite standard. I'm letting the game develop. Obviously we can see there's a lot committed inside the city. However, there's still like 5 tank destroyers unspotted. So I'm in no rush to get my face shot off. But this ELCAMX goes through, and I think he's going to die, and I don't want his death to be in vain. But then he manages to go around and loop there, and he's not been shot and he's not spotted anything. And I think, oh God, you know, where are these guys? You know, we should see them by now. Well, his successful roam made the T-67 go for a run. And there's a couple of tanks down there, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tanks that are available. And because there was 5 tanks that they could be firing at, I stayed there. And that was my first mistake. I should have pulled back behind this double bush. Because there's 5 friendly tanks that them 3 could shoot at, I made a presumption they wouldn't shoot me. Or an assumption. And they did shoot me, so remember, assumption makes an ass out of you and me. So I'm looking at Kelder Silk here. He's pushed forwards and he's taking some damage, and I don't want him to die. I want him to last the game with me. I'm hoping that E25 is zoomed in, and I'm hoping I will kill this M8 with one shot. Turns out I don't. He hits me with a shot, and then the E25 does. So not a fantastic trade there from me. However, it did ensure that Kelder Silk got out alive. Okay, and I wanted to keep him in the game because he's a good player. So with hindsight, no, I wouldn't have done that again. I probably would have moved around slower. Again, made the presumption that the E25 wouldn't have line of sight or shoot me. He did. I also thought the Easy 8 would not be looking at me. He was. I got away with it. And now it's time to be a little bit careful with my hit points. But this E25's on good health. And it's important to get him out of the game. He's a good player. So if we can remove him, we stand a good chance. Now, it's always important to pay attention to what's in the road, because that wreck that slowed me down then could have got me killed. But me leading the way on that tank has caused for the other guys to follow. Now, you would have realised that these guys are all following down now. The ELC's leading the way, is Keld behind him. I'm on low hit points, so I'm going the long way round. And at this point, it's looking really good for us. You know, it's looking like we're just going to overwhelm them. And it's looking like it's going to be a race for damage. But that being said, you still can be killed when it's a race for damage. So I want to race up there and get safe damage, because I don't want to die if I can help it. And we seem to be, you know, ploughing through them guys. But there's 2 tier 7s that are their top tiers that are on full health. And, you know, we're trying to work our way through them. Now, a lot of people say you can't carry in a light tank. Well, you can. I'm forced into a carry on this match, but I led the way then, which made the team follow me. I made 2 runs, one on the M8, which got him killed and freed up Keldersilk, and then I made the run, the flanking manoeuvre, on the E25, which got the E25 killed. That freed that flank up for us. Both of them manoeuvres were initiated by me in my little light tank. So you can lead the way, and you might not directly carry the game, but you can create situations where your team are more likely to follow you, therefore carry the match. Now, I've gone a long way round on this Tiger because, again, I don't want to die. I've only got 20 hit points. If a sparrow pooed on me, I'd probably die right now. So I don't want that to happen. So I'm coming around the Tiger because, you know, we're just weak skin tanks. They've got 2 heavies, and we've only got 1 tier 7 left. So I know I've got the flank on him now. I know he's going to die. He has to come forwards to shoot me, and if he does, I'm going to kill him. Voila. So, just a T29 left, and not a greatly good player. He's like it's an orange player, you know, average sort of player. Or below average, really, I suppose. But he's got a full health T29, and Keldersilk couldn't have got more unlucky than to bump straight into him. And he's trying to get away, but it's too late. And at this point, I know it's going to be down to me and this T67 to try and carry with our meagre hit points. Now, I'm live streaming, so I'm doing things here more aggressively than what I normally would. Including going for wins rather than capping. The truth is, if we jumped on here now, yeah, he might have made it back. He probably could have done, but I didn't want to. I had viewers and I wanted to show them a bit of M25 action. So the T67 goes on the cap, and I decided that I'm going to have a little play with this T29 just for a bit of practice. Now he spots me there. I was hoping he would come for me, because then we would definitely get the win. But now I can see he's hell-bent on decapping, so I need to position myself to intercept him. I know which way he's going to go. He's going to go for the T67. So I just put myself into a situation where I can shoot him and pull back. And this is why I love this little gun. It's a lovely, lovely, brilliant gun on this. Yeah, the penetration's poo and the damage is poo, but the rate of fire is great. So now I'm hoping at this point that this T67 will play the game of seesaw with me. He just needs to pull back and wait, really, and wait. But unluckily enough, he dies. So it's just a one-on-one scenario now. And I'm still feeling quietly confident, although I didn't tell my stream that. He's got 600 shots, so I need to shoot him 6, 7, probably 8 times I need to shoot him. And he only needs to throw his coffee cup at me, and I'll die. So I've got a little plan. I know he's an orange player. My prediction was that he would come for my cap. He's going to come for me. He's going to think that, you know, I'm just going to take this guy quite easy. So my plan was just to come up the top here and sit behind these bushes and wait him out. You know, wait for him to come along and cap. And then shoot him. And, you know, if I get the positioning right, he probably wouldn't even be able to see me as I'm doing it. I thought this would be nice. So whilst I'm getting in this position, if you haven't played the MT25, do give it a go. It is a brilliant little light tank. It's really, really fun to play. It's like a little remote control car. It's like what the looks used to be at tier 3, but this is at tier 6. The looks used to be really, really, really epic when it was at tier 3 with its little put gun. It's different to the one it had now. And I played like 1500 battles in that little tier 3 looks because I loved it. I was a new player. I was learning the game and I loved playing it. Trying to find a nice bush now, and I'm just thinking, you know, positioning myself so if I get spotted I can get out of there quick. Now from this position I figured I can see him. If he's going to come along the outside of the city or the road, I can see him, and then if he comes into the cap I can see him. But I realised that if he does come through the city, he could still cap, and there's areas of that cap that I probably couldn't shoot. So it's time to change position, and I'm going to move more to the right. And I move more to the right in a minute. So we've seen the mistake at the beginning, firing, making presumptions that, you know, no one would shoot me when they did. Aggressive attack patterns on the enemy. Again, thinking they were busy, they were looking elsewhere. They weren't, they shot me. Got away with that. Because you have got some hit points you can use on a light tank. So you don't have to be all coy. You know, they are there to be used. But after that, you know, leading the way and making sure the flank followed me. Now, I'm sat here and I'm thinking, could he just be defending his base? My instinct was telling me he was going to come up and cap. But the guy saying draw there, and the fact that we had like 300 people on the live stream watching, I thought, they don't want to just sit here and watch a draw. So I decided to go off and go and see if I can find him and hunt him down. Now, I want to make sure that he's not on the open before I go into the city. And I can see all the open areas from up here, you know, as I'm driving along. So if it's along that bottom road, unless he's tucked into a house or something, you know, I should see him. If he is defending his base, I want to be a bit careful about how I approach the base, you know. So I'm giving it a wide arc. And whilst I'm getting into position here, don't forget that on my live streams at the moment I'm doing giveaways. Just giving away a T54 Mod 1 last week, it's AMX CDC this week, and next Thursday, the Thursday before the Tank Fest, we'll be giving away 6 months worth of premium account time to one person. So just look up Sahavok09. It does require you to be a subscriber to my YouTube and a follow on Twitch, but for both of those is free, and you can find the information there in my description of this video. So as you can see, he's on the flag now. I should have stayed where I was, but oh well. I'm thinking the best place for me to go now is the one line, because I can see all my cap from the one line, really. Or I can get into a position where I can shoot most of it. And I've got a bit of time here. I just want to have a little look. Now, you can see I've spotted him there, and he hasn't spotted me, so here we go.
Enemy armor is damaged. Enemy armor is hit. Penetration.
Now he moves.
Enemy is hit. Enemy armor is hit. Critical hit. Enemy is hit. That one didn't go through.
So here we go. Now he's positioned himself nicely. Now a really lucky thing happens here, and I wanted to talk about it because this is a lesson for you heavy tank players or medium tank players. A lesson in aiming your shot properly, making your shot count, and not shooting the tracks. The MT25 is a bouncy little git. You know, you bounce shots. I've bounced shots from tier 9s regularly in this tank. Even on my armour, the sloped armour, it's one of them Russian tanks that's annoying. It seems to bounce a lot. Don't get me wrong, most penetrate it, but it seems to be that sometimes when the enemy need it most, it just deflects. And I wanted to, I went right. I let him see me go that way, and then I waited there till I was disappeared. I'm just peeping round. We're both one shots now. He's on 21, I'm on 20. I decided to go for it. Bounce my shot. Gutted. Now let's stop that there. Look. Straight into my tracks. I bounced my shot, which was gutting. He bounced his, and I finished him off. And that was the end of the game. So here we go then, with an ace tanker game. We've got a duelist medal, fire 4 effect, bruiser, and also we've got the defender medal there too. Damaged quite a few tanks and killed 3. 41,000 credits, 2,318 damage with 1,219 base XP. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Hope you got something off it. Now please don't forget to subscribe and like if you found this useful. And before you decide to go somewhere else, why don't you click on one of the links to follow on one of my other videos. Thanks for tuning in. This is Sir Havoc. Good night for now.